We're here at CyberScoop's Zero Trust Summit with Jeremiah Rowe, Solutions Architect, Department of Defense at Synack. Jeremiah, thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it. Thanks, Wyatt.
Let me start by asking, how has OMB's Zero Trust requirements for agencies to do things like adopt enterprise-wide platforms for identity and access management and multi-factor authentication, how's that impacted the government contractor community and firms like yours?
So I think, by and large, you're seeing the government contracting world have to shift gears based off of the various memorandums and binding operational directives that have been released in producing new methods to support the requirements in, say, Memorandum 2209. Requirements like passwordless architecture, requirements like multi-factor authentication, not utilizing certain protocols within that multi-factor authentication. So I think it's producing a strain in some of the contractors' ability to support some of the requirements going forward.
And then what challenges do you see government agencies and maybe the Defense Department as well still facing trying to maintain, for example, a complete inventory of authenticated devices or being able to ensure their endpoint protection tools are deployed properly?
I think maintaining an accurate inventory is a challenge regardless of who you are. And I think due to the size, the sheer magnitude of the Department of Defense or agencies or the government as a whole, I think they're going to have a much more difficult time figuring that particular piece out. Inventory is a huge aspect in the Zero Trust framework, and knowing what you have is the beginning stages of being able to address the vulnerabilities or flaws in those systems.
And then how well equipped would you say federal agencies and again the Defense Department, if you care to, how well equipped are they compared to a couple of years ago, would you say, to identify and isolate segments on their networks that may have been compromised?
I think that they have a difficult time currently with the way the networks and architecture is set up. There's not enough information sharing across agencies, and there's a black hole in a lot of instances when it comes to being able to identify where the relevant threats are for those organizations and agencies. That goes back to the question of inventory. How can you have trust and assurance in your environment to begin with if you don't know the assets that are in that environment? So I think they're going to have a much harder time. I think they're doing much better than they were 2 years ago. I think there's still a long way to go, and I think the Zero Trust framework that's being focused on is definitely a hard problem to solve.
And then lastly, looking ahead, how are OMB Zero Trust policies altering the investment strategies at companies like Synack?
Due to the requirements that are in the OMB memorandums and requirements, there's a shift in priorities for products to be able to support those in an adequate basis. So think of FedRAMP, going through FedRAMP compliance requirements, whether it be FedRAMP Low, FedRAMP Moderate, or FedRAMP High. Supporting a mechanism that doesn't utilize certain protocols for multi-factor authentication, which is going to require some re-engineering for a lot of contractors, I believe. And then separately, moving towards a passwordless environment and being able to support that from an API aspect, fluid, so that it ultimately doesn't affect the users on the back end.
Well, Jeremiah Rowe, thank you so much for joining us here at the Zero Trust Summit.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me, Wyatt.